Welcome back to Philander Smith College. I have two audiences that I'm working with today. One audience that students who have indicated that they are excused, and then it's you all that I'm working with. So if you see me looking back and forth, that's because one is recording for those students who have indicated that they're excused, admitting another student in. That was Miss Perez? Okay. Welcome to Philander Smith College. Perez. Got you. I got you present. Okay. How many of you have received the summary of the activities for the week that I emailed you earlier?
I have.
Okay. I'll go over some of those activities so that we're all on board. Is that okay? Wonderful. My office hours, Monday through Friday, and they're 12 noon. So feel free to call me anytime. Of course, you know that Professor Carla Daniels is your adult tutor, and she's available at the hours I've indicated on my syllabus. So those are the various hours, but you feel free. I'm the type of professor, you can contact me anytime because my schedule is somewhat awkward. So if you see the need to call me 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm available. So don't worry about you disturbing my sleep. You know, if I'm awake, I'm going to answer the phone. Okay? So that's... Yes. Another student that was Christian Brown. I think that's Christian Brown. Anthony Churchwell. Got you. Okay, students are going to continue to drop in as they're into various classes, and they're coming to this Zoom class. The Zoom classes are every day at 2 p.m. So every day at 2 p.m., that's Central Standard Time. Also, I have a couple of students from California, Pacific Standard Time, 12 o'clock. They're joining us, as well as 3 p.m. on the East Coast. So those are the various time zones. I'm available for those who are in the Central Standard Time Zone at 2 p.m. daily. Also, I'll try to get on in the afternoon so that you can catch up on anything or have any questions with anything. But it's primarily for those students who have indicated that they need extra help, assistance. I'm available. The classes, I'm going to videotape some of the classes. Those of you who have access to Zoom, those of you who have access to YouTube, and some of the other sites, I'll also email some of them to you all. So that's how we'll do that. Welcome, Miss McGee. Okay. The review the syllabus. Those of you who need to review the syllabus, please review the syllabus. I think that's... Very good. Is that everybody? Some of you are going in and out. You don't need to come in and out. Your syllabus. There are a couple of things on your syllabus that I want to go over with you. It is what you're getting evaluated on and you're graded on. There are 8 factors. The attendance, 25 points. The participation discussions, another 25 points. The journal entries, you're going to have 5 journal entries, and you're going to write on one of them this week, another one next week, the week after that. And so you're going to keep going until you get your 100 points. Okay? You're going to have your affirmation board, and those affirmation boards are outstanding. Those affirmation boards telling about yourself. I just love the way that the students have put those affirmation boards together, and what they want to be by the time they want to be. Some of them have indicated they want to be a director, actress, actor, but your autobiography, you're working on this week. You're dreaming big. That'll be due in a couple of weeks, another week or so. And your service learning project presentation, 100 points. And you're going to have help with adult tutors in writing these up. Professor Carla Daniels is our professor that is helping us in the personal and social development area. So make certain that you email her. Her email address is on my syllabus, and so feel free to contact her regarding that. I want everyone to stay on track. As I said, stay on A track. If you can't stay on A track, don't slip below a B, because you have enough assistance and help to get through this college experience. Let me say that the college mission. Who wants to take an opportunity to see if you can tell me what you know about Philander Smith College's mission? We're going to be dealing with this every day because you got to develop this and learn this as a Philander man, Philander woman. Anybody chime in? Unmute yourself. Speak a little louder. How many parts to the mission are there? How many parts to the mission? Very well. You just put up three parts. Okay, you can unmute yourself. So Philander Smith College has 3 parts to its mission. The first, to graduate academically accomplished students, grounded as advocates for social justice, determined to change the world for the better. So you will learn that, you will incorporate that in your daily language, your routine. You'll practice that. It's only 3 parts. We got to graduate you. Then we got to ground you with knowledge and information and learning about the world so that you can change the world for the better. Very laudable. Then, can anyone tell me how many timeless human values there are?
7.
7 timeless human values. That's correct. And can you give me what the series of R stand for? R's.
Respect.
Respect for self. What's the second one?
Respect for others.
Respect for others. And the third one?
Respect for Philander.
Respect for Philander Smith College's property. And that property includes more than just writing on the walls and picking up trash off the grass and everything. It also means do not trash our cheerleaders. Do not trash our basketball, volleyball teams. Don't trash our property beyond the physical. The human minds of people. Don't trash human minds, because that is not a good thing. Okay? And what does the L stand for? Leadership. So you're going to have to develop into leaders. Not just become followers, but leaders. You're developing personally, and you're going to develop socially as leaders. What else? Give me the 3 S. Scholarship. Yes. Service and spirituality. It is so important to have service and to volunteer your time. You could do it at the voting polls. You can get people to the voting polls or call people to get people there. You don't have to take them, but volunteering your service, your time, that's important, because Philander Smith College is a social service, very much involved in social justice institution. And we want you all to be socially involved and to understand what justice is about. And spirituality. The students love dealing with the spirituality. Students, one student wrote, it means taking the time to connect with your religious beliefs or your spiritual beliefs, taking your time to connect with them. Service, to give back to the community, to commit hours of your time to aid the community. Isn't that a wonderful idea? Giving of your time to aid the community with your service. That's what you'll be engaged in. Scholarship. Work with dignity and work with excellence in mind. Take pride in your academic field. What's your major? Your major is psychology. Your major is biology. Your major is business. Work with pride in you to develop yourselves. And so, leadership. Set an example. You are the change that we've been waiting for. Set an example. Of your actions speak louder than your words, because you know how to lead your ship to greatness. So that's what you'll focus on. Respect for self also means dressing in a manner that speaks well about you. Dressing in a way. And so when we see you at the mall, now, well, just dress in an appropriate way, okay? All right. That means off campus and on campus. Respect for others, treating others with dignity in the same manner that you would have them want them to treat you. And respect for the property, take care and look after the property, the grounds, picking up and beyond the grounds. Pick up your mind at a higher level. Okay? Now, there is Cengage, number 7. Please register for Cengage On Course. Register for that course. How many of you, I know 3 of you have registered so far, but make certain that you register. Yes. Okay. So you, there are still students chiming in for the class. So I just admitted another student. Okay. Some of you have to send me your, what did you send me? Your course agreement form, which is on the back. Fill that in, take a picture of it, send it to me. Your course agreement form on the back of your syllabus. You see that? And that's what you're agreeing to with the course. Send that to me today. And I'll give you credit for your participation. Okay. There are a one-page draft of your journal. Who am I? Who are you? I love reading your Who Am I's because it lets me know I never knew you were in the honors program at your school. I never knew you were in those clubs and organizations and on the yearbook staff. But when I read your Who Am I got a flavor of who you are. Tell your best story. And then you're going to go into your autobiography of 2 to 3 pages. One page telling about who am I. Some of it's going to be the same thing, but the who am I gets a little closer to who you are. And your autobiography gives me a real glimpse of you. A biography is written from another person's perspective, but now you are writing your autobiography. And I want to read it. It's exciting, and I want to read it. Okay? You have a autobiography, now your PowerPoint. I want to give you a little about the history of Philander Smith College. And I've sent the PowerPoints to you. So I need you to go to your PowerPoint. Your PowerPoint is an overview of the history of Philander Smith College. And Philander Smith College was born out of conditions that harken back to the enslavement of our people. The conditions within the United States were yet to flourish for the African Americans. And so President Rutherford B. Hayes was the 19th president of the United States, and there was a compromise to allow him to become president, which was to get rid of the Freedmen's Bureau. And so as a result of getting rid of the Freedmen's Bureau, in 1877 he's elected. And so now the colleges are beginning to form because churches are going to take the leadership. And the United Methodist Church was one that took the leadership for Philander Smith College, 1877. So when you read the history of the United States, they have the history prior to 1877 and the history after 1877, because this was the yet unrealized result. The Civil War was going on, and Philander Smith College was being formed through the Freedmen's Aid Society, which was a take-up of the Freedmen's Bureau. And who do you think is going to be the general who was over the Freedmen's Bureau to help assist blacks with their medical, and because they had no place to live, they had no place to go. So General Howard, the same General Howard that Howard University is named after. And so he was the one that began to help blacks through the Freedmen's Bureau. Then the churches began to take over, and you'll hear a lot about the Methodist Episcopal Church at that time, which is now the United Methodist Church. And so Walden Seminary, we had our beginnings with the Walden Seminary because most African Americans were trained in the ministry. And the emancipation of 400 million blacks began to happen after freedom came in 1865 to 1877. 12 years we had the Freedmen's Bureau from Juneteenth until the 1877. I did research on a lot of the conditions that existed, and there are 11 United Methodist HBCU schools. Can anyone name me one of those United Methodist church-related schools? Dillard University. Oh, you read my autobiography. You knew I graduated from Dillard University? Very well, very well, very well. Yes, I graduated from Dillard University in 19. Ooh, remind me. Look it up. That's your homework. Look it up. Yes, so you can learn more about me because I'm going to learn a lot about you. Bennett College, Bethune-Cookman. You heard of Bethune-Cookman College? Claflin, Clark Atlanta University, Houston-Tillotson, Meharry Medical College, Russ, Payne, and Wiley. Those are the colleges. And can anyone tell me who the first president of Philander Smith College was? Are there any Mason scholars on the line? Have you received the Mason scholarship just yet? Well, Reverend Thomas Mason, 1881 to 1896. 1896 is an important year because that was the year of Plessy versus Ferguson. And then 1954 reversed Plessy versus Ferguson. That's known as Brown v. Board of Education. How many of you heard of the Brown case? You heard of the Brown case? Very good. Very good. Well, Plessy versus Ferguson, when he stepped down as the first, the only white person who was president of Philander Smith College, Miss Helen Perkins had been the principal of Walden Seminary. And so now Philander Smith College is being formed. And who was the donor who gave $10,500? Very good. The wife of Philander Smith. And once she gave that money to Philander Smith College, then 1883, the first graduate of Philander Smith College was Childress in 1888, Rufus Childress. And the name was changed in 1883 when he was 4 years earlier. And the Adeline Smith gave that gift to for Philander Smith College. It was given through the United Methodist Church. You'll see when school starts a statue of Mr. Philander Smith. That was donated by the class of 2010 when I was the advisor to the class of 2010. It's 10 years later. We have to do something to bring those students back because that was indeed a great gift. The Cox building is where you're going to find that financial aid, admissions office, registrar's office, the business office located there. And the first African American became president, Reverend Dr. James Monroe Cox. So the Cox building is named after him. and it 1896 until 1924, and that Cox Building used to be a college, and Philander's land was further back, but the expressway is on that land now. So they moved Philander up on the hill when Philander was down in the valley. You're going to love the presidents continue. How many presidents are there at Philander Smith College to date? President Smothers is which president? Very good. The 14th president. Very good. The 14th president. And that's where we are now. And you'll see, when you go through the PowerPoint, you'll see all of the presidents. Meyer Titus is the building I'm located in as the 10th president. And the 11th president that I worked for was Dr. Trudy Kibbe Reed, 1998 to 2004. And then you'll see in the PowerPoint the Elijah Pitts Gazebo, the hip hop president, Dr. Walter Kimbrough, 12. Dr. Johnny Moore, I also worked for him. He was the 13th president, 2012 to 2013. We had interim presidents such as Dr. Mims, Dr. Julia Scott, Dr. Lloyd Hervey, and I hired Dr. Lloyd Hervey years earlier. And our current president, President Dr. Roderick L. Smothers, 2014 until now. And so 6 years we've enjoyed President Smothers, and he infused those 7 timeless human values. And he rebuilt the student enrollment growth to what we are. We had been going down, but he brought it back up. He refocused the college on our strategic goals. And this is in the PowerPoint. He created new majors in criminal justice. He created the Panther Village, which is like Philander 2. And he stabilized the institution. He established an athletic director, new sports, cross country and track and field, financial aids. So he's done a lot to stabilize the campus and move it forward. So please continue to review the PowerPoint and to see the type of information that is going on in that PowerPoint. The Student Handbook, we want to review that on tomorrow. I want you to review those pages 8 to 18, and we're going to talk about it. Do you have rights as students? Do you have rights?
Yes.
You do? Oh, what rights do you think? I'm the teacher. What do you mean you have rights? Don't I tell you what to do?
That's at points. Yeah.
Very good. So I didn't make you afraid because you understand your rights as a student. And you know that teachers cannot bully students, right? Mm-hmm. And so you got to read those pages. You're going to find some interesting stuff. Can I give away your information to your parents?
No.
Very good. What will prevent me from giving away your information to anyone but you? FERPA. Oh, you started reading early. Okay, you all read that. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And what information, what is the Clary Act? The Clary. You're going to read up on that one? It's okay, like you did on FERPA. You read up on FERPA. You didn't read up on the Clary Act, huh? But we have a responsibility as a college to make certain that we publish information regarding crime statistics. so that you'll know what type of schools you're going, the environment of schools that you're going into. And the Clary Act makes certain that it used to be we used to call it the Buckley Amendment. That's old school. But it's the Clary Act, because who was Clary? Who was she? I told you. What happened to Clary at her college, which made them establish the Clary Act? What happened to Clary? Okay, that's your homework. All right. The Philander man and the Philander woman. What do you know about the Philander man? What do you know about the Philander woman? You say you're reading it. You got to read it. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to discuss it with our Student Handbook as well. And social, your last one before we cut off is your social media. Do you have a footprint? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook and all of your Twitter and Snapchat, which we call Snappy Chatty? Are you on that? And are you saying appropriate things? Can those things come back to haunt you? If you have a footprint, everybody can see it because it's leading to something. Can I hire you, even though you have your bachelor's degree and you have dressed inappropriately or done things inappropriately on your social media? Can I see it? Can I hold it against you? You don't know I'm holding it against you when I don't hire you for that job. And you made all A's throughout your college career. So you have to watch your social media footprint. And so I want you to focus on that and ask yourself, finally, who am I? And what am I about? Thank you so much. I will get back with you later. You will write up your Who Am I's and your autobiographies, a draft of them. And I look forward to reading them if you send them to me overnight or tomorrow. If you do that, be in your class tonight with Ms. Daniels so that you can start reviewing it. Any questions? You can always email me. You got my email address. You can always contact me through all of those various social media. And I look forward to seeing you mañana. Any questions? Oh, this is a great class. All right, email me those course agreement